Dallas and the deadly feud which would sadly bring an untimely end to the rise of this potential superstar.
You scary. Wherever you from, you with the hate the most. Yeah, most Dallas died in the city. It's a fact. Shot me in my hand, break my back. Man, I got shot in the left and hard. They took me to the emergency. He feel like he wasn't supposed to die here. That's community. Ain't no gangster. Well, I got in the case, I said, damn, this how I feel. Can we leave?
The Dallas rapper isn't dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old N03.
Today's story takes place in Dallas, Texas. Combine that with nearby Fort Worth and the area surrounding it, and that makes up the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, or the DFW. With a population of around 7.5 million in total, this makes it the fourth largest metropolitan area in the United States. Now, the state's gun laws allow a holstered carry, which means that no license or permit is required to carry a firearm. So, as long as you're over the age of 21 and got no felonies, you can legally pack heat in Dallas and protect yourself from the city's many dangers. But make no mistake, as you're going to see in this story, people take those privileges seriously. Now, the murder rate in Texas per 1,000 people is exactly the same as the overall United States. But if we take a closer look at the city of Dallas, the average rate of violent crimes jumped significantly, with the number of murders per 1,000 people more than double the US average, and the city's crime index being a 5. And that's not a 5 out of 10, that's a percentage out of 100. And one potential reason for this above-average crime rate could be the fact that the city of Dallas is considered a major United States drug market, being identified by the Justice Department as a leading distribution and transshipment hub for narcotics traveling in from Mexico and going to other parts of the United States, with the DEA and local cops constantly busting drug gangs in the city. Now, gangs and gangsters seem to operate all over Dallas, and that seems to be the case all over Dallas and America and even the world at large. Eventually, some of those talented members coming up out of gangs would eventually end up making music, with this music finally giving the world an insight into the real goings-on in the city's criminal underworld. And over the past 10 years, when it comes to gangster rap, there are two big names that have emerged from the DFW, coming from opposing sides of town, but equally talented. These names are Mo3 and Yella Beezy. And unfortunately, as you're about to find out, despite hailing from the same city and sharing so much in common, these two individuals will grow to hate each other, with a deadly war spilling onto the streets of Dallas and into the music industry, with local citizens and fans hanging onto their every word. As a deadly war broke out, with these two battling rappers fighting to the death for the crown of who would be the hottest rapper in the city. So, to begin, let's head to the north side and tell the origin story of Mo3. Mo3 was born on the 31st of May 1992 in McKinney, Texas, before moving to North Dallas where he was brought up. Make no mistake, life growing up in North Dallas wasn't easy for Mo3 and his family. After the departure of his father from the family home, his mother would raise the children alone, with Mo3 coming up on a diet of noodles, or often no food at all. At times, Mo3 and his family would even find themselves homeless, with nowhere to sleep, resorting to charging their phones at the corner store. But Mo3's mother was a generous woman in the community, and apparently she would frequently invite kids in the neighborhood who couldn't go back to their family home to stay with them, with Mo3 and his brother having to fight over food and a spot to sleep in his own family home.
I got partners in my mama raised in the same house. Like, kids in the neighborhood that ran away from home, they ended up in Mo3 house. Even though this my house, like, some of my partners will beat me to my house before I get there. They done already ate. They done already got their spot on the bed. I got to sleep on the floor. I got to sleep on the couch. You know what I mean? So,
despite the generosity in this household, in school, Mo3 couldn't afford books and suffered bad grades and bullying due to his shabby clothes. But Mo3 was a hustler, and he would get jobs at a young age to help his mother financially, eventually deciding to pursue a path as a rapper after high school. But making something of himself would not be easy coming up in some of the harshest streets of Dallas. Much like the nickname Chirac given to the gang-infested hoods of Chicago, where the violence is considered nearly as bad as the military conflicts going on in Iraq, Mo3 claimed that the area of North Dallas where he grew up to be similarly dangerous, earning it the nickname North Afghanistan.
So you grew up in Dallas?
yeah.
North Dallas?
Yeah, now you understand. Far as like I did.
Growing up in North Afghanistan, it's no wonder that Mo3 became acquainted with the streets at an early age, stealing his first gun from his cousin at the young age of 12 and beginning to stick people up.
I had my first girl at 12. Okay. 25 with no cook. They never cook to it. I'm telling you. I'm good, you know, like, I'm hot with that. I'm good.
They just wanted to change.
Ain't nothing.
Nothing.
I stole the gun from my cousin. I'm not thinking that you're not supposed to have bullets to the gun. You need to cook for the gun to work. I'm just thinking at the time I'm 12 years old, walking around the neighborhood with a gun.
Fortunately, he wasn't able to get his hands on any ammunition at this point, but eventually he would get caught with that gun by his mother. And from here, Moultrie would go on to face his first aggravated robbery charge at just age 14. And he would continue to be in trouble with the law throughout his teens, claiming to have been through every correctional facility Dallas has ever built.
Did you ever get caught with it? Yeah, my mama called. When somebody seen me with it, police came and took the goddamn gun out in the goddamn Ziploc bag. Yeah, so I caught my first ride at 14. I've been on purpose since 2006. I went through all the juvenile programs. I've been doing that since I was 13, 14. So like, I went through every correctional facility.
Throughout Moultrie's teenage years, he would continue to have trouble, whether in juvenile detention centers or on the streets. He even telling DJ Black in an interview that he can't even remember how many shootouts he's been in since he was 15.
If you were to count how many shootouts you did, I don't care about the actual situation, but if you were to say how many times were you in an area where bullets start flying around you?
Shootouts, I was 15, so too many. Once I've been in shootouts since I was 15, it's the up there. So
You actually know that, isn't it?
Moultrie would continue to catch cases and affiliate with local gangs, at some point becoming affiliated with the 5'9" Bounty Hunter Bloods, or 282, a blood gang set originally starting in Watts, Los Angeles, eventually making its way to Texas cities like Houston and Dallas, with Moultrie shouting out his gang in songs and interviews and frequently wearing red bandanas.
Absolutely, man. 282, bad on real, yeah, so real out here. They just real out here, man. You know what I'm saying? They just man, real top. He's going, man, mafioso.
HSM would eventually become the name of his record label, but more on that later. Moultrie would tell Black TV that he eventually fought a big adult charge at the age of 17, 4 counts of aggravated robbery.
I caught 4 of them at 17, 4 aggravated robbery with dead wood. I went to TBC, first adult charge.
And to make matters worse, Moultrie's mother attempted to put her own money up for lawyers' fees, ultimately losing everything in her fight for her son's freedom.
Like everything, house, car, everything. She was living with my aunt. My mom used to say, I'm gonna lose my job. And I ain't understand it. And she was like, every time a school called me or every time somebody called me and say, your son in jail, I gotta immediately get up and leave work. It really didn't hit me until I got in the cell.
Moultrie was initially facing a potential 45-year sentence, but in the end he would wind up